This is a book review of The Marvel Art of Conan the Barbarian. Came out in 2019 and it covers the comic book Conan, not the black and white illustrations. That's hopefully coming fairly shortly. So this one's a hardback book and there's the back of it, and it's approximately about 220 amazing pages of brilliant work of Conan. A variety of different artists obviously have worked with it. Brilliant Barry Windsor Smith initially, and you've got this Frost Giant's Daughter, classic. So you've got a double page spread, Man, Tell Me Your Name, and it's got battle. Again, brilliant introduction by Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas always writes brilliant essays, introductions to all these sort of books. Conan the Barbarian, issue 1, and you've got the map, and you've also got, now it's not all in order. It's not like from start to finish. So you've got like King Conan. Now this obviously was 1980. The earlier stuff was more 1970. And you've got a little bit of information, all the variety of different artists. And there's been lots of people have had their moment on Conan. And of course, always the key thing is the Inca. Always, I think the Inca is always sort of like forgotten. He actually does mention about that. I think the Inca is one of the most important. Obviously, the artist is great, but the Inca can make such a change. Also, the colour as well. So, lovely colour all the way through this. You've got the coming of Conan, and you've got, there's quite a bit initial. Now, if you've got the Omnibus editions, you probably got a fair amount of the initial. Well, it goes up to, I think Omnibus are only to about issue 80 odd at the moment. So you've got first 50 or 60 pages. There's a lot of the material you may already have, but still it's a lovely overview of the whole of Conan. So it really does cover a considerable amount. Now, of course, this sort of book, you think, well, I would love to have seen it as a 500 or 600 page colour book, of course. Well, you've also got some lovely original pages. You've got some description, which is always good. And here you've got another couple of obviously unused pages. Now, sometimes the descriptions are actually on the other page, so it's a bit you have to look and search for it. You've got some beautiful blood. Gil Kane. Gil Kane was going to bring out Conan. It's got here. He had plans to publish first comic iteration of Conan. Now, that would have been amazing. You've got Aldrich, obviously Michael Moorcock, got a brilliant Gil Kane there. You've got some lovely pencils as well, beautiful pencil work from Barry Windsor Smith. And you've got Red Sonja, the Song of Red Sonja. And so he's got quite a lot. Then he gets into the John Buscema period, Big John as they called him. So you got issue 37, and you again got lots of brilliant pages artwork here, and then he goes in. You got here lovely Neil Adams work. Again, John Buscema. You got some really gorgeous pages, and as it covers the whole of the period, all the way through to the 1990s. Obviously, Red Sonja again. Great, lots and lots of brilliant pages. So now after this point, 73 into 81, so it goes into the period which is slightly beyond the current position of the Omnibus. Now, this volume 4 Omnibus edition coming out fairly soon. Now, I'm certain obviously this will be included, and probably some of the extras. Now, I don't know if all of the extras that are in the Omnibus edition, you can see the Omnibus editions behind me, whether they match up in here. So it might be there's stuff in here that's not included in the Omnibus. I don't know. Beware the Bear of Heaven. And you've also got things like King Conan as well. So it's not just, got that. I had that issue. Annoyingly, I have not got that issue now. I'm certain it's probably a collectible issue now. King Conan. Fantasyville first issue, face to face with Thoth Amon. Again, you've got some brilliant Gil Kane. I love Gil Kane's work. Gil Kane again. Beautiful pencil, obviously inked work there. And you've got more King Conan. You've got Conan the Barbarian 153. So you're now well beyond what we're currently of the Omnibus editions. Hopefully at some point the Omnibus editions will. And you've also got What If Conan the Barbarian Walked the Earth Today. You've got the cover. You've also got Thor versus Conan and the Watcher standing. Conan the Destroyer. Now, I don't know if those will end up in the Omnibus editions at some point. Or in Epics, maybe. Blood of Ages. 187. It's amazing how many issues that they came out with. I mean, same with the Savage Sword one. I mean, I always staggered how many issues there were of that. They really, really created a lot of issues and lots of spin-off. Before, of course, it went off to Dark Horse. You've got Conan the Barbarian, 220. Brilliant. Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, that one. Classic. Again, just superb. There's a couple of not many, but a lot of single pages, but you've got a double page spread there. Just brilliant. Some more great. And then Raphael Kane. How to say that? I'm really terrible about saying artists' names. I will never get them right. I'm certain I've got that completely wrong. But brilliant artwork all the same. And then you've got John Buscema again, 1999, all the way through. And then it just finishes off with a lovely article by Michael Aldrich. And I love Michael Aldrich's work. I would love to see a Conan by him. It'd be very different, I'm certain. I mean, certainly if it's anything like the Silver Surfer Omnibus that came out from Michael Aldrich, also Laura Allred doing the colouring, that would be an amazing issue. I'm quite certain. It'd be very different from this sort of thing, I'm certain. But there will be still the blood and guts and all that sort of stuff, I'm certain. That's Conan. Marvel Art of Conan, really brilliant hardback. I say it's a fairly thinnish book. Could have done with being even bigger. Oversized, would have been even more amazing. But this is a great volume.